Hello and welcome back for another episode of Financial Freedom by 40. We're a Kiwi family of four about to embark on an epic adventure around Australia in our new Jayco caravan. In this week's episode, we're going to take you with us as we depart New Zealand and head over to Australia. We'll show you what it was like in the days leading up to our departure, setting up our house as an Airbnb. We'll also show you what it was like coming back to the caravan after having left it for a few months. We'll also take you with us as we head out to get our caravan weighed to check we are all safely within the limits for our trip. So we're a week out now from leaving for our trip. So I thought I'd show you where things are at. Actually, it's less than a week for Ryan. So we've got bags and stuff everywhere. We had the carpets cleaned yesterday, so that's all looking really good. The rooms are starting to come together. That's a mess. But we're packing up all sorts. We've got heaps of these storage bags and we're vacuuming up all of our clothes and things that aren't coming with us and linen. Got boxes everywhere in various states of packing. There's a pile of stuff on the couch that we want to take with us. So we're just kind of trying to assess where everything will fit. Still, obviously, the boys have got some toys out. We've packed up most of their toys now, but we're getting there now. And yeah, lots and lots of vacuum bags, trying to make things fit into our travel bags and then just boxing up the rest of the stuff from the house. So pretty much getting most areas empty now, but still feels like there's quite a lot to do. It's the moment of truth. Can we fit everything that we have in the bags? What do you reckon?
Oh, I think we're going to resize the limits of more than anything. Anyway, we've got to get used to it, don't we? Got to get used to packing light.
We got a lot of stuff. Right. I don't know. I think the vacuum packing is going to help though.
Yes.
I guess we'll see shortly.
Well, it's all the hard things, like the books and stuff that we're going to have to get on.
So after a pretty intense few days of packing, it was time for Ryan to head off to Aussie and start the preparations on that side of the Tasman. So the boys and I dropped Ryan off on the way to school one morning and he went off to get started and we continued the preparations back at home. So I have to say, this stage of trip preparation is totally chaos. We have stuff everywhere at the moment. So we've pretty much emptied out all the cupboards just about of the stuff that we're taking with us. And a lot of our stuff is packed, but just trying to empty all the cupboards and clean them and get everything ready to go. And so I've pulled just about everything out and it's everywhere, but it's a bit of a state at the moment. We've got all sorts of stages of packing. So I've got vacuum bags of stuff. This is packed, but I'm not sure it's gonna stay in that because I'm running out of space to pack stuff. This one's packed. I may have to switch some bags around and see which bags we take with. But I mean, it's coming together slowly. Doesn't look like it, but we're getting there. I thought I'd show you these too because I haven't come across these before, and I don't know that bed bugs are really a problem here in New Zealand. But I bought these other mattress protectors that were sort of cheapish ones from somewhere, Bed Bath & Beyond, I think, and they just didn't fit the mattresses very nicely, and so I spotted these ones at Kmart, and I thought I would give them a go, and they're actually really good. I'll show you the one that's on the bed already. So you can see this one here, it zips up, so it covers the whole mattress, and it's like a waterproof one. We've had similar ones on the kids' beds before, but elasticized, and I couldn't find the same ones, but I wanted waterproof ones just to make sure the mattresses are protected. But yeah, I quite like the idea of it being fully enclosed, keep the mattresses nice and clean, and of course they can be taken off and washed, but yeah, they fit a lot nicer than some of the other ones that I found. So we're another day closer to leaving. It's Sunday and we're leaving home on Tuesday, and I have to say out here is not looking a heck of a lot better than it did the last time I videoed, but this is basically all that is left. Our cupboards are now bare, and I've been going through and setting everything up, so I'll show you. So the pantry is like completely clean and completely empty of stuff that is not staying. So all of our stuff's gone. I've started to empty out the other pantry with all the food and taking it to my mum. The tea and coffee cupboard is starting to look quite swish. We've got all of our little coffee setup going on there, and then yeah, the bedrooms haven't made a lot of progress in yet. I'm still just packing up everything, but the cupboards, I'll show you, are starting to look the part. So yeah, I've got all of our personal stuff out, and it's just starting to set it all up so that it looks a bit more like an Airbnb. So slowly getting there, a little bit more packing to do, but it is all coming together now. So it's the final day of preparation, and we're starting to get there. There's still stuff around, but every drawer and cupboard I think now is completely empty. So we're just doing the final cleaning. I've got Xavier in here helping me vacuum up the last of the linen, and everything is starting to come together, so not much longer to go now. So kind of at this point it got a bit chaotic, and I ended up not taking very many videos or photos any longer, and so I've just dropped in a few photos here, but to fill you in, we dropped our fishy friends off at their new home. We just kept up with all the cleaning. Thankfully my mum came in and gave me a hand, because I'm not sure how I would have got it done otherwise, but in the end the house was looking really clean and tidy and Airbnb worthy. It was a absolutely mammoth effort and took way longer than what I expected, so if you're doing something like this, make sure you give yourself ample time. I think it's made a lot harder by the fact that we were living in the house while trying to set it up, so if you can give yourself a few days maybe where you're staying somewhere else, I think that would make it a lot easier, because it felt a bit like we were messing up the house as we went. But in the end it looked amazing, and it is all rearing to go for when we have our first Airbnb customers in a couple of weeks' time. And if you're wondering what Ryan was getting up to while we were busy getting the house ready, he was over in Aussie doing all of the essentials that we needed to get ready to leave. So servicing the truck, taking the caravan in for its first service, so that's all ready to go, and doing a bit of extra last minute shopping just to get a few things that we still needed for the caravan. And so I'm going to let him show you what it was like once he got here and went and checked out the caravan.
Alright, so here we are, arriving back in Australia after 2 and a bit months away. Let's head down to the caravan and let's see how the solar system has kept the batteries charged. And let's just see the general state of them. It's looking pretty good. The grass has got a bit long underneath it. The bucket's still on the front, protecting all of the wires, etc. So let's have a look. Look, my jandals here, how good is that? Gonna need those. Still smells new. Alright, let's have a look. Oh, not a good sign. Oh, there we go. Battery, 100%. Look at that. 100% battery, which means the solar has kept things going just fine. Let's have a look and see if we've got any faults here. Alright, tire pressure warning. We'll check that out. Yep, fresh water is all empty. We emptied the tanks before we left. Nice. Back to home. Alright, let's give us some power. Battery's at 100%. How perfect is that? Alright, let's have a look. Let's get some light in the place. Let's see where we are. Nice, everything's good in there. Oh, very good. Alright, just as we left it. Oh, I'm stoked. I'm so happy that did well. Alright, let's have a look around the outside. Let's have a look. Oh, a few cobwebs around the place, but it just needs a bit of a clean, I think. Oh, the spiders have got to it. No problem. Otherwise, looking good. Looking good. Yep, the spiders have definitely made themselves at home. Alright, I'll open all this stuff up and see how we go. Alright, so right now we're going to go and see the cruiser and see how that's held up while it's been parked. Yeah. Oh, there it is, the thing of beauty. Machine. Alright. Oh, look at it. Well looked after. Well looked after. Oh, still got everything. Nice one. Perfect. Alright, here we are, servicing the car today. Got to get everything ready to go. And guess what? I'm gonna try one of these Aussie beers. Better get used to it, I guess. Cheers.
So then it was time for the boys and I to jump on our flight and go over and join Ryan in the caravan. But before we took off, I took a moment to ask the boys how they were feeling about starting our big trip. You guys good to go?
Yeah,
Yeah, how are you feeling?
a bit nervous.
Nervous? Yeah. And you, Ollie?
So,
Yeah? Why are you feeling nervous?
well, we're leaving with our family in New Zealand, so while we're traveling in Australia. It's going to be a good experience, and some of our family might come back.
You're a bit tired there, Ollie?
Working alongside me this morning, Fleur, Kerry, Sarah and Jen. It's my pleasure on behalf of the team to welcome you on board the Star Alliance flight operated by Air New Zealand.
Oh my goodness. We are flying so long.
Yeah, we're about to land.
Like what?
We're landing.
Like right now?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Here we go. You ready? We're down.
I scored this.
We're here.
Here we are at Gold Coast Airport. Kelly and them ended up having to fly to Gold Coast. It's part of it, so here in the morning waiting for them to arrive. Hey boys. Hello. How are you? Good. That's good.
Hello.
Nice one.
So once we got there wasn't an awful lot of time to rest. We had our caravan way booked in for the following morning, so we had to get all of our gear loaded up into the truck and into the van, all ready to head off on our way day the following morning. So it's way day for us, so we're just getting everything all sorted, and Ryan's installing the stone stomper, so that's going to stop us from getting chips hopefully on the front of the caravan when we're on rocky roads. But we're just trying to get everything in that we're going to be traveling around with us so that we know our weights. Getting ready for the big way. So moment of truth. Do you think we're all right weight wise?
Have we all done our weights?
Yeah, we have.
Oh, good.
What did you say? Well, where's our book? Where's our book go?
Yeah. Yeah.
I reckon we're underweight. I reckon we're 3.1 tons.
You reckon?
And the
Davey?
caravan.
What do you
I
reckon?
reckon we're 3.2 tons.
3.2 tons. What did you think?
Well, I have 3,150, I think, just for the caravan.
Just for the caravan, I said 3.3. Oh, how do we know for that? What do we do for the car? I have no idea. I think the car will be fine.
The total is, I think, around 7 tonne. So, see how we go.
We'll see. Fingers crossed. So ultimately where we landed is that we are a little bit overweight in some areas, so we are going to have to make a few adjustments to make sure that everything is fine before we leave. So we've got some mods booked in for just getting a few things adjusted to make sure that we're all safe, and we'll have to drop a little bit of weight out of the caravan, but we've got a bit of a plan for how we're going to action that, and we will do another video all about the caravan weights and how it's all worked out in the end a little bit further down the track. But in the meantime, once we finished our weigh, we decided that it was time for me to have my first proper caravan towing lesson. I've only towed the caravan forward a couple of meters previously, so the boys thought that we should make the most of the big open car park that we had and let me get behind the wheel and practice my driving in the car park and a little bit of reverse parking as well. So here I am behind the wheel of the cruiser and practicing my reverse parking, and I have to say this is the second attempt at parking and I think it went better the first time. But anyway, we'll show you my efforts as a newbie caravanner with pretty small amounts of towing experience. I've towed our little trailer at home, but mostly forwards, and my reversing in the past hasn't gone so well. So I think, just quietly, this one went pretty well for a beginner.
Here's Mum having a drive in the car park.
First time.
First time. Back to being a learner driver.
I don't think I'm too bad.
No, you're doing pretty
Not
well.
too bad for a first timer.
Pretty good. Do you want to do another backing session?
Are you going to film me reversing?
Yes. No, you can't just go straight. You can't just go
I'm
straight.
going to get it wrong this time now that you're filming me. Nothing like a bit of pressure.
Okay, stop. Just stop.
Right then? Is that good
Yeah,
enough for
hold
you?
there. Let's have a look. Let's have a look outside and let's see how good we are. How good are we? Oh, not bad, not bad. Not bad in the line. Good job. Good job, Mum. Alright, Kelly's going to park the caravan at the place that we're staying at the moment, so her first time doing some really sharp turns. So here we go.
So that's us for this week's episode. Hope you enjoyed following us along on the final part of our preparations and getting ready to start our big lap, hopefully in a few days' time. Thank you to everyone for following along on the journey and watching what we've been up to. We'd love for you to continue following along, so make sure that you hit the subscribe button so you get our regular weekly videos. We're also on Instagram at Financial Freedom by 40, and that's where we're most active. So if you want to drop us a message or get in touch, make sure you reach out to us on there. Otherwise, we will look forward to seeing you again next week for another episode.